Sunday of NFL Week 1 is here, and I'm going to go through every remaining game today, and we'll take a look at Monday Night Football as well, a little preview, and my pick against the spread and straight up coming up. We'll keep track all season long of my record, so we'll see how we do, and hopefully you guys get some informative information here. Real quick, some Jordan Love injury news. Adam Schefter reported that he would be out 3 to 4 weeks. Tom Pelissero said 3 to 6 weeks, so looking like probably around a month for Jordan Love. And this is obviously probably best case scenario for Green Bay, as when you saw the slow motion of that injury, it was like, did that knee pop a little bit? But no ankle injury, and more importantly, no ACL tear for Jordan Love. But even if it's just 3 or 4 weeks, still pretty significant in a tight NFC North that most people are expecting. You look at the Packers, I'll go next 6 games because it sounds like that would be the max he would be out. Colts at home next week, not going to be easy without a starting quarterback. At Tennessee, we'll see. Vikings at home the week after that, we'll see. At Rams, so that's the next month. Cardinals at home, Texans at home. I think you're hoping that, let's say he misses a month, can Malik Willis and or Sean Clifford go 2-2 for you? That gets you to 2-3. It would have been huge for Green Bay had they won that game sitting at 1-0, because even if he misses a month and you go 1-3, well, you're 2-3 when he comes back, you're still in it. What you can't have is being 1-4 or 0-4 or something like that while he is out. So we'll see how long he misses. Certainly avoided the major injury, but still pretty significant when it comes to the NFC playoff picture this year. All right, we'll get to those matchups in a second for the Sunday games and Monday Night Football, but make sure you guys subscribe to us here at Verts. We're reacting to the top NFL storylines, news, buzz around the league, like trade rumors that'll pop up before the NFL trade deadline, big injuries. We got it all. Hit that subscribe button and join us. Let's get to 2,500 subs. We're at like 23 and change right now. All right, let's get to the first game. Steelers at Falcons. As of filming this, it sounds like Justin Fields, the official inactives, will come out at 10:30. Could be a scenario where Russell Wilson is active, but just kind of the emergency backup. Falcons, 3.5-point favorites. I like the Falcons to win and cover here. Don't love the hook beyond the 3, but Justin Fields does not have a good win-loss record. He's been splitting reps, although he got a good bulk of them in training camp because Russell Wilson missed time with a calf. I just don't love the vibes in Pittsburgh right now, and I would have said this with either quarterback starting, by the way. I'm not as high on Atlanta as everyone else is, but I am down on Pittsburgh. I think Fields will make some plays with his feet like we know he can do, but if it's tight in the fourth quarter, he historically does not rise to the occasion. In the NFL. I watched every snap of his career in Chicago, time and time again. They could not close those games late. I like Atlanta by about a touchdown in this one. Okay, Cardinals at Bills. Also noon game, 1 o'clock Eastern on CBS. I think 6.5 is a lot of points, even though it's in Buffalo, cross-country flight for Arizona. I'm going to pick the Bills to win, but I think the Cardinals cover. That's too many points. This is a one-score league. Arizona, I think, is one of the more improved teams in the NFL. Buffalo, while I still think is good, I think takes at least a little step back with the amount of roster changes they had. I like the Bills to win and probably win by, a field goal or 4 or 5 points. 6.5, though, I think Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. are going to be one of the best quarterback-wide receiver combos in the NFL. Give me the Cardinals to cover here. Titans at Bears, 1 o'clock Eastern on Fox. Bears 4-point favorites. I'll stick with Chicago to win and cover. It was at 3.5. Now it's gotten back up to 4. Caleb Williams' debut, obviously. A lot of people intrigued to see what happens here. Will Levis, a lot of anticipation from him when it comes to the Titans as well. I've kind of compared that situation to a Davis Mills in Houston a couple of years ago. I feel like the Titans are going to give him this year to prove he can be the guy. And if not, they're just going to draft a guy next year because they've made some nice roster improvements around Levis. I like the Bears to win and cover. I think Caleb makes enough plays. But more importantly, I think the Bears defense has a big day against Will Levis. And Kevin Byard picks off Levis. That's my prediction. Former Titans safety. You'll know he'll want to get one there. All right, Patriots at Bengals. I'm struggling a little bit with this one because it doesn't sound like T. Higgins is going to play. Jamar Chase, is he going to play? I don't really know. 7.5 is a lot. Now, New England might be the worst team in the NFL this year, but Cincinnati typically starts season slow. It's Burrow's first game back in a while. I'm going Bengals win and cover, but it would not shock me if the Patriots were down 14 late and got a garbage time touchdown to backdoor here. I'll go Cincinnati. I don't love it, though. I probably won't put money on this game, but as far as this exercise goes, give me the Bengals by like 10 points. Texans at Colts, I think the best game on paper in the noon window, CBS. Texans 3-point favorites. It's kind of fluctuated between 2.5 and 3. If you find it at 2.5, I love Houston. I'll still take Houston at 3 because, I feel like good chance you at least push there. So they win and they cover, but it's in Indy. I just think Houston's steadier, especially at quarterback. Anthony Richardson is a complete unknown. The highs are going to be incredible. The lows are going to be ugly. Give me C.J. Stroud and the Texans to have a steady offensive performance in Indianapolis. But I think the Colts are a pretty damn good team. Their roster's pretty loaded. All right, Jags at Dolphins, another good game in this early window. High scoring, over-under almost at like 50 points here. CBS. Dolphins 3.5-point favorites. I went back and forth here. Miami starts strong typically in September, but the Jags are also a warm weather team. They're going to be used to these conditions. I like Miami, though. Tua's a good early season quarterback. I think Tyreek Hill has a big day. Jags have some question marks on defense. How's Trevor Lawrence going to play after getting paid? How's Tua going to play after getting paid? I think this is like a 31-26 type of game. It's going to be high scoring, but I think the Dolphins find a few more explosives. Tyreek Hill has a 40-plus yard touchdown in this one. All right, Panthers at Saints. A lot of money coming in on Carolina. I don't really get it. I'm not super high on the Saints, but they did go 9-8 last year. I think Carolina will be better, but if they win 5 games this year, that's a 3-win improvement. I like the Saints to win and cover, and I think they kind of win by like 10 points. I'm not really buying this. Carolina's the upset pick of the week. I don't see it that way. I do have an upset coming up, so stay tuned for that. All right, Vikings at Giants. This is fluctuated between 1 and 2 points. As of filming, it's at 1.5. I'm going to take the Vikings. I get it's a road game. I don't like road favorites, especially early in the season. I'm just really low on the Giants operation right now. I don't think Daniel Jones is any good. I didn't like the vibes when I watched their Hard Knocks series in the offseason. And Minnesota still has good players. Sam Darnold's kind of a train wreck, but is it really that different than Daniel Jones? Like, let's say they play equal. I think Minnesota has a better roster. The only clear advantage the Giants have is on the defensive line. Now, if they create a couple of turnovers, get a strip sack, force a pick from Darnold, they could certainly win this game. It's 1.5 points, but I think Justin Jefferson has a big day. They run the ball some with Aaron Jones. I think the Vikings win this game pretty easily here. Raiders at Chargers. I think this is an easy Chargers win and cover. It's simple. Head coach and quarterback. Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert, Antonio Pierce, Gardner Minshew. I'll take the Chargers in this one. I get the Chargers have some moving parts this offseason on their roster. Anytime it's a first game for a new regime, there's a bit of an unknown, but that's also true with the Raiders. I get that Antonio Pierce was the interim down the stretch last year, and they played pretty well. I like the Chargers -3. It might be my favorite pick of the day. I really think. I mean, worst case, I feel like you push on a game-winning kick if it's tied late. I like the Chargers in this one, and I could see them winning kind of big too. All right, here's my upset pick of the day. Broncos at Seahawks. I get it. Rookie quarterbacks on the road in their first start don't fare well typically. 6-point favorites, though. I love the cover, and I actually like the money line value here. I'm going to pick the Broncos to win and cover. Put a little tenner on it. If you're into gambling and want to find a good value play, $10 on the Broncos money line. I kind of like it today. I thought Bo Nix looked pretty good in the preseason with Sean Payton in that offense. What is Seattle great at? I get it. They have a good wide receiver trio. Mike McDonald should have that defense playing better. There's still a lot of unknowns there. How's Geno going to play with Ryan Grubb, their new OC? I like the Broncos in this one. I think at minimum they cover, but I'm going to go ahead and pick them to win outright. Cowboys at Browns. One of my favorite plays today as well is Cowboys win and cover. 2.5-point dogs in Cleveland. Sure, it's a road game, but Dallas, a lot of these years, has played better on the road than at home. And I think they have a huge quarterback advantage. We just don't know what Deshaun Watson's going to look like. He hasn't played high-level football for an extended period of time since 2020. It's 2024. It's another election year. It's been a while. I like the Cowboys to win outright. They for sure cover the 2.5. Feel pretty good about that one. Commanders at Buccaneers, one of the toughest games to read. The hook makes me think Washington covers. I think they could be sneaky this year. But I also feel like people are sleeping on Tampa. I mean, they won the division and a playoff game last year. I think the Bucs win. I'll take Washington to cover. This would probably be another stay away from it game for me, but kind of a sneaky game in the afternoon window on Fox. Fun one tonight, Rams at Lions. Lions 4.5-point favorites. I think they win a tight one just like the playoff game, but I think 4.5 is too much. I think the Rams cover. I think this is like a 24-21 type of game, 27-24. Stafford, Goff going back at it again in Detroit. Should be a lot of fun, maybe the best game of the weekend. All right, Monday Night Football, Jets, 49ers. 49ers 4.5-point favorites. I saw a number out there recently that Super Bowl losers from the year before are like 5-19-1 against the spread the following year in week one. I'll still take the Niners. It's a cross-country flight. Trent Williams is ready to go. Christian McCaffrey should play. I think he's listed as questionable, but I think he'll play. It was reported that Brandon Ayuk will have a reduced snap count as he's ramping up after his long holdout, but I'll still take the Niners here. Despite it being a dramatic offseason, not like the Jets didn't have drama either. Aaron Rodgers skipping minicamp, that caused headlines. Hassan Reddick's whole deal. I just think flying across country makes it tough. I like San Francisco. I think it'll be a good game. I think the Jets will show up, but I like the Niners to win by 5 or more in this one. I really do. All right, there you have it. My week 1 Sunday and Monday picks. Might be back tonight for a little Sunday Night Football reaction after Detroit and Los Angeles. That should be a lot of fun, so subscribe. If big storylines drop during the day today, we'll try to hit you guys with some coverage as well, so hit that sub button. My name is Harrison Graham. Here we go, baby. Let's go.